What's up, you beautiful collectors and Transformer fans? Once again, it's the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to all of your support, especially those of you that are Optibotimus Plus channel members, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Legacy Deluxe Class Breakdown. And finally, we are going to be able to complete the brand new Menasor. For the package, much like all these new Legacy figures, you do have the Transformers text, the Generation logo right up there. Of course, your Transformers Legacy. Got a cool image of Breakdown in his vehicle mode. You got that open package design so that you can, touch the toy. If you want to, you can scan this top section right there. Well, maybe when it's actually in focus. You can scan that and get his bio. He's 4 out of 5, which realistically he's not, because we already got all 5 of them. I don't know why it says that, but whatever. Come around to the side, you got a nice image of him in his robot mode, with an up-close image of his face. Come around to the other side, you got other characters that are out. This is definitely towards the tail end of just the regular Legacy line, as it kind of transitioned into the Evolution line. But you can see that he transforms in 15 steps. And of course, you got images of him in his robot and his vehicle mode. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. And here we have Breakdown opened up out of his packaging and obviously in his vehicle mode. And yeah, for the most part, he's essentially just a repaint of Wild Rider. Now, it looks good, but I do really wish it was done a little bit more to kind of replicate that original car look, because they were two different cars. Now, the biggest difference here is going to be this back section. This has been done to kind of replicate that look, whereas this one obviously isn't. But the majority of everything else is the same. The door sections here, the front section, obviously there's a spoiler there, but that's because that's part of the remolded part. One thing that you're noticing though is that now I have seen several people's videos on this, and every single time the transformation is identical. Every single time that I've seen them take this part and kind of rotate this back like this is supposed to do, you always hear a really loud snap. So it's meant to go back, but as I was doing it, pushing it, it basically sheared that top section off. So now I have a giant gaping square hole there. Ultimately, is that annoying? Yes. I don't honestly have any idea why, and I feel like the piece is still in there because there's nothing that's coming out. So I don't know necessarily where that piece went. But being that this is going to be the leg of Menasor, you take this section and literally, so it's supposed to go all the way up. Mine only went there, and then you would have to push really hard and it would snap, and you would hear that on a lot of people's things. Mine never snapped. I just kind of kept pushing. I was gentle with it, and as it just kept going, it just completely sheared off. Now, like I said, this is going to be his leg, and this is going to be the back of Menasor, so I don't really care that much because it's going to have an open section there anyhow, because that's how Wild Rider was. So getting that, and like you can see, you put it like that, there's like that little hole right there. So it doesn't bother me. It's just in vehicle mode here, it's definitely ugly, and you can't even really cover it up with anything. So I don't know what the deal is, but definitely be careful when you're transforming yours. If you hear that snap, it just seems like there was a little bit too much on mine, and it never popped to be able to fully extend backwards, and it just sheared off. But the overall look of the car is nice. The colors are spot on. I just do wish that there was more done. Now, there's a little bit that's remolded in robot mode, like the chest, the head, the feet are a little bit different, I think. Yeah, because these have holes in them, but that's kind of about it for the most part. But you can even see that the weapon storage for Wild Rider is the same as Breakdown. You have this little square or rectangular section underneath here that you can kind of see that also has, so you can put that there. But yeah, you do have weapon storage. Why am I putting them upside down? You got this little rectangular post there that you just literally put that underneath there, and then you can have a gun shooting from underneath the front bumper, which is hilarious to me. But The overall look on the car, like I said, is decent. It looks like them. I just do wish it was a little bit more unique. This is his gun that he comes with, which looks pretty good, but it does seem like it's molded in this white plastic with some black paint. And then this section can remove, and they literally have you hold this as kind of like a weapon. You can also, because you got this little hole section here, so if you wanted to put it there, you can have this be like a axe weapon. I don't know. Transformation on this guy is identical to him. I'm just going to kind of go through it relatively quickly. Just make sure you extend all this down. Like that, like that, like that, like that. Split that. Rotate that. Pachow. Oh, wait. Oh, did the piece... Oh. Is this it? Oh, yeah. Wait, is this it? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's gone. You could kind of see it there for a half a second. I don't know where it went to. Probably fell on my floor. But you can see that was the little bit right there that broke off. So there you go. Now, again, personal preference-wise on this is not, again, like mine would just go there. And that's where this was like, wait, something's not right. Because this piece here wouldn't sit all the way down. And it was annoying. So you have to push it all the way down to get it. Now, you can, the instructions do have you open this, and then this, like it's supposed to like rotate around. I don't even remember. Oh, no, yeah. Oh, well, something like that. I'm damned if I remember. I think it's supposed to go something like that, but that looks completely dumb. I feel like they did that just because, but they didn't. I don't think they needed to do that, honestly, because you create more parts with that. You could have done something in terms of giving us more accessories or something. I don't know what they could have done, but I feel like that was an unnecessary engineering trait, and I can't get that out, so I'm gonna pull out a little guitar pick. Oh, guitar pick, that's really tight in there. There we go. Make sure you bend that elbow. Guitar pick, who are we using today? Oh, that's Thor. Thor's helping us out today. Thank you, Thor. I appreciate your pickiness. That. Why did I say I was going to just go through this quick, and this seems to be taking a lot longer than it needs to? There you go. Set that back. And there you have breakdown. And again, cool look for him. But again, it's like you're just going to have him hold that as like a little sword weapon. I don't know. Honestly, I did watch MGo's video on this, and that's where I could really hear the click. He talked about how somebody could probably split this and leave that there. If you really wanted to, you probably could. But I just take this and attach it to this and just kind of rotate that around. You don't really see it all that much, but it kind of keeps it there for kind of weapon storage purposes. But again, he looks the way that he needs to. I just wish that there was done a little bit more done differently for him than with this guy. And while, yeah, I get why they used the same mold between these two guys, it still would have been done a little bit better, in my opinion, if you could swap things out just a little bit more than what they actually did. Realistically, all they changed here was the chest and the head. I mean, looking at the legs, those are all the exact same. The thighs are the same. The arms are the same. Everything really is the same. The only real difference that you see is this torso area. And I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm being overly critical and expecting more when I really shouldn't. Yeah, because in general, they're still really good together, and I'm happy with how both of them turned out. I guess I just feel a little bit underwhelmed with how he is. That's just my initial gut reaction to this. Now, obviously, the main thing is going to be the combined mode for him. Basically, everything in terms of the articulation is the same. The head sculpt, I mean, I do really like how that looks. Coming in here, where you can kind of still see everything that's going on. I mean, the chest detail looks good. The head is really nice. Again, I mean, it works because of the differences between them. I just think that, you know, there could have been something a little bit different, but the head sculpt and everything does look really good on him. I'm quite happy with how that honestly turned out. But like I said, it's really going to be the combined mode that I think a lot of collectors are going to go with for these guys. I mean, individually, the figures are great. Every single one of them, whether it be Motormaster, Knockout, that really pinched and hurt. Ow! There's a lot of sharp edges on this guy still, too, that, God bless it, that really, really hurt. But everything is, like I said, a very well done figure with them. It's just, realistically, I think that more often than not, people are going to want to keep these guys in their combined mode, which that's how I'm going to do it as well. So let's get going with that. We're going to basically go back to the vehicle mode. This is going to come up. That's going to go there. This is going to detach there. Rotate this all the way around. That swivels in. Keeps that there. And then again, you're going to have this, which is going to kind of, so like that right there. And now, just checking my finger again, that really hurt. But like I said, I think that the people that are going to be collecting these, I mean, you may get a lot of people that are going to want to have dual versions of this for the express purpose of being able to display both. That's not going to be me. It takes a lot of space. And I tell people all the time, the most valuable thing to a collector is space. You can never have enough of it, and it is very, rotate that around. Very difficult to get more space because you're constantly having to, make sacrifices on things. And like if you have a lot of space, you probably try to fill it. And where'd that piece go? And then once that's gone, then you have to sit there and try and come up with space again. So you're constantly fighting that. So the legs for Menasor, and of course here he is. Now let's get this kind of situated. Again, what you're going to want to do here, I believe that, yeah, this was this side. You take this, and we're going to plug that right in there and get everything lined up as best as possible. It is tricky to do because you got to get those little hole tabs there. So let's just pull that away because I don't want to sit there and fight with this whole behemoth. All right, set him right over there. Okay. So keep that there, and then this is going to collapse in. Get those lined up. Squeeze that all the way in as best as you can. Love how that folds out, kind of replicating the bottom of the actual car, like with the feet right there. That's really cool. I think that's really neat how they did that. Get that all the way in. I feel like that's not all the way extended out. I mean, it kind of looks like it is. Oh, wait, no. There we go. Okay, all right, there we go. So there's that, and now we just do the exact same thing with breakdown. Line that up, even though that's what it was already doing. Collapse that all the way down. There we go. And you can actually take the spoiler because you have him in vehicle mode. You can put that there. His gun, you really don't have a spot for his gun. And that's kind of poopy. I mean, I guess you could maybe put it underneath here still. Let's see if that actually works. Because I know that with Wild Rider, I just plug the guns onto his back section. So that should work. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Excellent. So now you have the legs of him done. And again, I know a lot of times people are like, why do you have them? Why don't you reverse them? Because that's not how it looked in the cartoon, guys. I mean, you can display them how you want to. It's your toy, and you can do whatever you want to. But this is how he looked, which realistically you didn't need to have both of them because the legs were there. But when you spin it around to the back, you can see him. Now, people will take this and just kind of rotate that around. I'll do that as well, just kind of show it to you. But, I mean, that's not how he looked in the cartoon. So, that literally, to me, fairly ugly to do. This is a whole lot cooler for him. And I'm really very impressed with how they actually did this. Now, a lot of people are, including myself, trying to figure out what the new combiner is going to be, and they did recently just kind of announce that they're doing the War for Cybertron figures and characters and stuff as part of the new Studio Series line. Honestly, I feel like they're going to go with Bruticus. I feel like the next combiner that we're going to get will be him. He was a very popular character in the video game, and I definitely think that they could really utilize a lot of this new technology to update him and give us a really cool Bruticus figure. How they would do it, I have no idea. But Menasor now looks absolutely amazing. Realistically, probably the best combiner that we've ever gotten. I think that looks-wise, he does exactly what I would want him to do in terms of recreating a G1 style look. And I still don't like, I mean, he does kind of lean a little bit forward. You can really see that. So, here, let me move these legs back. That's a little bit ridiculous now, because now it's like he's like really leaning. But the overall design on him is really very, very cool. I'm quite happy with how he turned out. I know that people have complained about how, I'm knocking my camera on, how they used a lot of the parts from Motormaster to create a lot of, but I think that was ingenious. I think that was a great way to kind of do it. And ultimately, I think he turned out amazing. He's very sturdy, very solid, and you can see articulation-wise is top-notch. Head, which rotates, the arms swivel, they hinge in and out, rotates at the elbow, bends at the elbow, the wrists rotate around, all that articulation is there. Waist swivel, hips that move forward and back, and then you can pull the leg off on this guy. Put him back on there. That's not what's supposed to happen. So you can do that. They can move in and out, rotate, they bend down here at the knee as well. That doesn't lock in as well as I wish it did, but, you know, is what it is. The ankles do have tilt, so lots of articulation in the guy, which does make for a very cool addition to our Transformer collector's shelf. I think, like I said, this is the best version of the character that we've ever gotten, and I think that they did an amazing job. And it's super cool to kind of see it all come together and start out with, I want to say it was Drag Strip, then we got Motormaster, and then the rest of the limbs. So it's always fun kind of doing this journey with you guys where we sit there and we start with it and we kind of continue on and we move around, and my table's wobbly right now. And coming to the end is always super fun. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed these videos. I want to thank you all for tuning in. We're approaching my 16th year anniversary on YouTube, coming up later this year in October, and you guys have been with me all this time, and I can't thank you enough. You guys are all super, and you are all absolutely loved and appreciated. So there you go, guys. There's technically my look at the new Transformers Legacy Deluxe Class breakdown. Also, we got a more extended and full complete look at the one and only Transformers Legacy Menasor. If you'd like to add any of these figures to your collection, they are pretty much still available on various online retailers like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. So if you'd like to add these guys to your collection, I'll put a link right down there to both of those places in the video description, where you can swing on over there and check out availability on him, or him, and add them all to your collection today. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. And as always, this is Optibotimus saying adios, au revoir, and I'll be the same.